Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherifat and I'm based in Nova Scotia, Canada. On my YouTube channel, I just share my personal experiences about life here in Canada. Also, I do a bit of immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and RCIC. I help you with your visa applications to come to Canada, from school admissions to study permits, tourist visas, permanent residence, and work permits. Okay, so if you need any of these services, please reach out to us at Green Tulips Immigration Consultant Services Incorporated. I will be happy to assist you with your application. So in this video today, I'm taking you through a trip I took recently, a very short trip. So please come with me on this trip and I hope you enjoy it. Before I show you what I go to on my trip, let us pack together. No matter how short or long a trip is, whether it's for vacation or for something entirely different, I'm a planner to the core. I always plan to the tiniest detail. So this was me packing for the trip. I was to spend 4 days and 3 nights there. And then I packed 4 clothing, an extra pair as well, because I mean, just in case, like I said, I'm a planner. Like I am very meticulous. So those are my clothes. I have my praying mat, I had the small purse, my laptop, a belt, my hijab, my tripod, and then my pairs of shoes. I can be very extra. I had 4 pairs of shoes. Yes, each shoe to match my outfit. So that's it. And that's my towel, my body towel, and my face towel. I also added my other things, my toiletries as well, and some other things I didn't get to show in this video. But everything hype. So I didn't check in a bag. I had my hand luggage and my handbag, and that was it. Okay, bye guys. Bye. Have a nice all the best in Sakanabiyo. Hope to see you soon, inshallah. I'll miss you guys so much. I'll miss you. All right. Bye. Take care. Okay. It's never easy leaving my kids behind, but I had to go on this trip for something quite urgent. Anyway, so off I went to the airport. And meanwhile, let me gist you about what happened on this day. So my flight was originally for 6:15 a.m. and it was a day after Nabia's birthday. For those of you who have seen the video, he had Nabia's birthday on a Saturday, and then I went on a trip on Sunday. My flight was before 6:15 a.m. I'd been wondering how I was going to make it for this trip because of the party. We got home around 10 p.m. I'd not really packed all my things and all of that, so I was really like bothered about that. However, on Nabil's birthday, the weather was all over the place. It rained, it snowed, it was windy, it was just all over the place. But I was even telling Nabi that I hope your friends can make it to your birthday party. Thankfully, they made it to the party, but the weather was quite poor. So I was like, oh, my flight. I was a bit worried about my flights. I hope it would, like, I was just having like thought about, like, doubt about if it was going to take place or not. And to my suspicion, I got an email when I got home around 10 p.m. that my flight had been cancelled and it was rescheduled. No, I was cancelled. That in the next 30 minutes they will let me know, the updates. To the glory of God, I got an update that it's been moved to 10:30 a.m. instead of 6:15. So 4 hours. I was happy that I had extra time. Another good thing is this flight was to be for 2 flights. I was going to Ottawa, that's in Ontario, Ottawa. Ottawa, we call it Ottawa, in Canada, but my people in Nigeria is Ottawa. Ottawa. We are going to Ottawa, and then it was to be 2 flights. One was to go to Montreal first and then to Ottawa. Thankfully, I had just 1 flight to deal with. When it was rescheduled, I was so happy. No 2 flights and no layover in Montreal. I was really happy about that. God works together, for our good. I was really happy. So this was me waiting for my friend in Ottawa Airport. She and her husband came to pick me up. This is my friend there. Let me even just say about it. I was to stay with somebody else, actually one of my friends. When I went to Ottawa in 2017, I stayed with my friend in 2017. Then 2024, this January this last week I just passed, another of my friend hosted me because my friend that I stayed with in 2017 was in the UK. She traveled 2 days before my flight. I was to go to Ottawa the first week in January, but it was expensive to fly then, so I just changed to mid-January. But I didn't tell my friend. They'll be at home, not knowing that they had a trip planned. So she thought I was coming first week in January. Now booked, booked to is now middle of say, we are traveling to we are traveling somewhere. I'm like, oh, that's the boy. You can stay in our house if you don't mind. I really don't mind you staying. I was like, okay, I'll think about it. And then I told another of my friend that I'm coming to your city like a week before. Then I told my friend a month before, so she had told me, oh, I'll be in their house even if they were away. So I was still contemplating that. They told my friend, oh, I'm coming to your city like a week before. It's like, can you come to our house? You can stay in our house. I'm like, just like that? Yes, yes, please come to our house. This my friend used to live in Nova Scotia, Halifax, before she moved to Ottawa when she got married. I met her on Instagram, by the way. So I was there for a bridal shower, a wedding, and then she came to my house before she left for Ottawa, and that was that she came to pick me at the airport. I was so happy. God bless you. So all these pictures are from my trip to Ottawa in 2017. Almost 7 years, over 6 years now, 6 years and some months ago. Meanwhile, this my friend is not my actual friend. Her husband is my actual friend. We went to the same university. We are the same classmates. My very good friend, wonderful guy, one of the best friends I've had, in a while. Like we've not seen in a long time, but it doesn't feel like that. Though we are now close, I'm now closer to his wife. For some reason. I'm closer to her now than him. Very lovely lady too. She came to Halifax in 2018. She also came, say hi to us. So she came for work. Actually, she came for work, and then we also, hooked up. It was really nice. So I felt so bad. Like I was so sad that I could not meet them this time. They were also very, very sad. I wish I had told them about, my flight change, but I didn't know that they were going to be out of town. But anyway, Allah Halam, God knows best. But I mean, she helped me. Meanwhile, what I went to do in order was to renew my passport. She helped me with that to an extent because she used to work there. She doesn't work there anymore. So she was a bit instrumental. Some things I got to do over there, so I'm grateful for that. So let's come back to January of 2024. This my friend hosted me. She was very, very gracious with her invitation because I just told her, oh, I'm coming to your city like a week or 5 days before. She was like, oh, please come to my house if you don't have a place to stay. I'm like, oh, I have a friend place I'll be staying, though she won't be around. She's like, come to our place, we are happy to have you. Lo and behold, she hosted me. She was so wonderful. She and her husband, they came to the airport to pick me up. I was in their house for 4 days and 3 nights. They fed me. They just made me feel really at home. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I'll call her G. For anonymous sake, she blocked anonymously on Instagram, so I don't want to, show her face because some of you that follow me also follow her on Instagram. She's on Instagram as opendiary.ca. I'll put her page name on here. So you can also check her out on Instagram. Anyway, so they picked me up from the airport. I got to their house. I ate like beautiful, delicious jollof rice and I think chicken or goat meat. I can't even remember. Yeah, goat meat and chicken, salad, juice. I also like I felt well treated, and then I slept off. It was on a Sunday, and then the next morning I set out to the Nigerian embassy to renew my Nigerian passport and see all the snow in Ottawa. Ottawa is colder than Halifax. Ontario is colder than Nova Scotia. I didn't know this until 2017. I mean, I didn't think it would be colder because of how people say, oh, Nova Scotia is very cold. In Nova Scotia, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. You think we live in like the coldest place in Canada, but no, we don't. A lot of provinces are colder than Nova Scotia. Ontario, for one, is colder. Though not so much difference, not so much severity, but it is colder. It was very cold, and they had a snowstorm before I came. Also, see the heap of snow. We don't have this much snow in Nova Scotia, in Halifax. Nah, we don't. Anyways, it was just nice, going around the city, seeing the views. I mean, I've been here in 2017 before, but this particular visit felt different. I mean, it was felt different from the other one. I got to do things like explore more on my own, than before. The first time I came, I just came for my passport. Then I went to Toronto as well on that same trip. So I didn't really spend so much time in Ottawa, really, with my friend and his wife. I just went to Toronto to see my cousin, but I'd not seen her in a while. So I went to Toronto on that same trip. And so I had like maybe like 2 or 3 days in Ottawa. It was fun. that's me at the embassy. So I'll do another video about my experience to renew my passport, and I'll share that to you. I want to wait to see when my passport would come. Then I'll make a complete video about the duration it took to get my passport. So I think make it a more complete video. I'll also share my experience, at the embassy and what I got to do and things like that, and how it played out. So yeah, once I was done with that, I was there for like very short period of time, really. So I went, and then I then went out to explore the city. I walked around. I went to the Parliament of Canada. The last time I came in 2017, they also took me there. My friend took me there, but they didn't have like a tour on that day. So what happens is you're able to go inside the parliament. The parliament is where the members of parliament stay and the prime minister. So guys, I was inside the prime minister's office. Yup. I saw where he sits. I saw where my MP sits. I saw where all the other MP sits and all of that. The speaker of the house. Anyway, that's me exploring, just going around. It was so cold, guys. It was so cold. I almost froze. But because me, I'm very determined. Anything I set my mind to do, I do. I'm like, this parliament is me and you today. I must enter you today. Luckily, they had tours for that time. So what happens is before you're able to go in, you have to book a tour online, or if you get there and they have availability for that day, you're able to go in. Luckily for me, I got availability. I didn't even know I was still book online. I didn't know what the process was. That's like a fireplace beside there. I mean, this fireplace, I had to like stand there for a bit to get some warmth, to tell you how cold it was. Anyway, so I got to book a ticket when I got there, and they were nice enough to book me a ticket. They were like, okay, and it was for I think 11:40 or something like that. I got there around 10:40 a.m. So they told me, oh, I can't stay until like 30 minutes is the most I can wait for my turn. So I then went around, just stayed around, and then I got one visa approval on this day. I was so happy. I was really in like a very happy mood. Maybe get approvals on my vacation. I think I should go for vacation more. I should take trips more. So my travel, I'm always getting like approvals. We got an approval for the first. That was like our fourth approval for the year at Grand Hill. So I was so happy. Anyway, that's my ticket that I got. So it was for 11:40. So I was told I can come back by 11:10. And to stay around for my turn. So that's me when I came back. So if you book online, you get an online, ticket, I guess. Because I came in person, I got a paper ticket. So once we got in, the security is like, the one you see at the airport, where they'll pass through your bags, your jacket, and things like that. I mean, understandably, that's where the prime minister's office is, and the other like member of parliament. So you remove you pass in your bag, your jacket, and things like that. And then we got in to the parliament, like the building. Meanwhile, they're renovating a part of this. It's a very big building, very big building. They're renovating a part of this. So they said it take about 10 years or so. So I think a part of it is being renovated and another part, is functional. Anyways, we got to so this was me waiting for my turn. So they have like many tours in a day. I saw like 10 tour guides when I went there. I was there for like almost 2 hours, and for like those 2 hours I saw about 10 tour guides, taking people in batches. I were 10 in my own group. Tour guide was very nice. He took us around. He told us the do's and don'ts. We're allowed to take videos, recordings, but not like long recordings of like the place, just like short videos, short pictures. So that's us inside the parliament. That's where the prime minister stays, guys. Like that's where the members of parliament in Canada stays, make laws, deliberate, and do all those stuff. That's the in front of it, like the door. Though we didn't go inside. Before we were on top, so you could see it from on top, and then this one was when we were down.
Well, the facto, the governing party or the government, and they will sit on our side of the room, meaning the right hand side. The opposition party that has the most seats, apart from the government, obviously,
This is another room. It's called a community center, community room, or something like that. Like a smaller part where they come, like maybe committees or something like that. that. And this one is like places where like the fallen heroes, the soldiers who have passed, God bless their soul. So their names are there, and just a room of remembrance is what it's called. And then they have their names and things like and what their role was in the force. That's their names on the wall as well. It was really a very educative session. I learned a lot. I mean, I'm very big on politics, not so much like I used to be, but I like to know, about things like how governance is run and things like that. So it was a very good opportunity for me to learn more. If you find your way in Ottawa, I highly recommend you going taking a tour of this place. I think you'd enjoy it. They also have a boutique where they have, merchandise, like different things you can get, you know, from there. And I mean, there are lots of, there's many rooms though. I'm just trying to like reduce the length of this video. There were many rooms that we went to, not only the parliament, like not only where the prime minister stays and all that. The other sections of the building is a very big building. It's a place where they have like different prime ministers. We saw the first and only female prime minister that Canada has had, 1993, I think. It was just very, educative and informative to see things, in person. Very nice. And that was how my day went on this tour. After this, I then went. Yes, I still went. See, I work hard this day very much. I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, I like to learn things. I like to learn about my environment. I don't want to be in a space just for the sake of it. I want to learn. That place is another tourist attraction. I went there the last time I came in 2017. I'm like, I'm not going there again. I'm so cold. It was outside. This is another place, a tourist place as well. Rideau Canal. I also went here when we came in 2017. My friends took me here, so I didn't bother to go all the way again because I don't see him before, so I did not think I should go inside the cold and suffer myself. That's it. That's like a zoom to see what it looks like. But so you find your way in Ottawa, Rideau Canal is another place you can also check out for tourist attraction. And that's the former building for the Senate. It's called the Senate of Canada. What's it called now? Senate Canada's. I can't even say very well. Anyway, that's an old building for the senators or something like that. I didn't go in. I was just walking around because I was cold. Like I said, I was just cold. I was looking for this signage. This Ottawa signage was where I was going to see and put a stop to my waka, to my walking about that day. It was cold. Like it was so cold. Once I got here, I was just done with my tour. I think I'd done enough for the day. I'd gone to few places, and I was just okay for the day. And then I called the Uber to take me back to my friend's place, and that was how my second day in Ottawa went. So first day was the day I landed. Meanwhile, the day I landed, I watched the movie. After I ate, I didn't see that part. And then I come back home, I ate, my friend fed me again. And then this is me praying. I like praying when I'm outside, like my when I travel. So in Islam, we call something kosri. So like for my Muslim brothers and sisters, they will understand this. So the longer prayers, you're allowed to shorten it when you are a traveler, when you travel like to a far place. So I that's what I like about travel. I tend to pray costly. I like to pray bad. I mean, travel is very stressful. So Allah knows what He was doing when He says we can shorten our prayer, when we're on a trip, on a long trip. So that's me praying. I mean, there's nothing else that holds me in this life for is prayer. It will still me shiny and blossom me. Nothing else. So is this my prayer? Is this my God that I know? I don't know about any other thing. It's just God. Is this my God that I also face, and talk to and pray to? And that was how my day 2 in Ottawa went. And here is day 3 in Ottawa. I was on my way to meet up a friend. I told I was in a city, so we hooked up somewhere. She took me over for lunch during our break time. I was so happy to see her. Meanwhile, I've never met this lady before. It was my first time of meeting her in person, but I've known her for few years. She follows me on Instagram. I follow her as well. The first time I spoke to her was via a video call. She had brought somebody to Green Tea Leaves, like referred somebody to Green Tea Leaves for a consultation session. I was coming to Canada, so she said, "Oh, I know somebody that can help you." So she reached out to me and she booked the session for this person. So that's how I got to know her. Since then, we've been friends, and I was happy to see her in person. I love you. So we sat to talk, to eat, and just, spend some time together. During our lunch break, she had to leave me at a point because she left work to come be with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Yinka. See how beautiful this place is. This is A Gorgeous. It says my name. Say A Gorgeous. Yes, that's me. That is me. What are the odds that I bought a pink outfit? I had no idea I was going to go to a pink shop. To me, oh, there's this pink place. Just send me a picture of it. Like, oh, it sends me their page. Like, this place, like, to take you to. Do you mind? Like, oh, for sure. So once I saw the pictures, I'm like, okay, this is like pink, pink. I'm like, okay, let me wear my pink outfit. See how pinkish everywhere is. I'm beautiful. So this was around 12:30 ish. But I just finished eating breakfast at the same time. I was a bit full. I'm like, I'm already full. Can we just, sit down and chat? I don't have to like eat anything. Maybe like, something, maybe something light. He was like, no, you have to eat something. So I got croissant and a cup of tea. Meanwhile, let me tell you about my friend a little bit. Her name is Olayinka, and that book you see on the screen was authored by her. I have a copy for my kids. I got this like a year or two ago or so thereabout. Yinka is a very brilliant person. Even though I've not met her before, I could tell from a distance that she's a very smart and intelligent lady. Each time she posts on her WhatsApp, like you can tell that she's an embodiment of knowledge. She's well traveled as well. She's lived in a couple of countries. So I'm happy that I have someone like that in my corner, even though we're not like close, but I can call her somebody that I know. I'm glad that I know her, that our paths crossed. Thank you so much for coming to see me. I really appreciate it, Tinka. God bless you. Zakum like her, my sister. Thank you. It was nice meeting you, Passy. Really nice to meet you. Thank you. And once I was done there, I then headed back home. But before I went home, I just told, was the place is in downtown Ottawa, so just explored a bit, as per the explorer that I am. I have walked about a bit, even though it was cold. I'm like, well, just be going home. So I headed back to my friend's place, and I was in this cab. Meanwhile, I had very good experience with the Uber guys I took. Like 3 or 4 of them had like just good aura, like registered. My best person the best Uber that I got to talk to was the one that took me from my friend's house to the airport on my way back home. You get to see that later in the video. Like, that's like one of my highlights for my trip in Ottawa. You get to see it, and I really hope that you like it as I liked it. It was like one of my highlights. Anyway, that's me on the last day 4. And this is the person I was talking about. The Uber guy is from Ethiopia, by the way. So when he saw me, was like, "Are you Nigerian?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Nigerian. Do you think I'm also Nigerian?" I'm like, "No, you're not Nigerian." I'm like, "Let me guess." Said Ethiopia, and I was right. Said, "Yeah, it's Ethiopia." And I'm like, "You have the facial feature and all of that." And then we got talking about Nigeria, guys. This man has lived in Nigeria for 24 years. He has 3 children. The eldest is 20, and his 3 kids were born in Nigeria. Do you know what he did to live in Nigeria for 24 years? He said he has lived in Nigeria more than half of his life before he came to Canada. We talked about Nigeria at length. He said he can't wait to go back to Nigeria. Like it was just so beautiful to see a non-Nigerian live in Nigeria and had good things to say about my country. It was beautiful. We talked a lot from it was about a 15 minutes drive, and for that 15 minutes time we spoke, till we got to the airport. We exchanged our numbers. Lovely, wonderful guy. It was so nice to meet him. I mean, it's very hurtful knowing that you have what it takes to live in a better situation in your country, but because of bad leaders, you're not able to enjoy that. It's so. I'm looking at snow everywhere. See how cold it is. In Nigeria, we don't wear jacket like this all around. Wonderful weather all year round. Food.
Nigeria is a blessed country.
It is blessed. You're right. Honestly, I miss home a lot. Sometimes I'm like, I wish we had it better.
And is for me, is I love the people,
Yeah.
I love the people. The Nigerians are, I don't know. I cannot live without them,
Oh. I'm happy to hear that. So when did you move to Nigeria? 24 years before you came here, right?
Yeah, 24 years.
Wow. So you lived like literally most of your life in
half
Nigeria.
of my life, more than half of my life, I lived there.
Wow, interesting.
But still, I'm going back
to Nigeria.
I'm waiting for my. But you are Canadian also. Yeah?
Yes, I am. Yes, we got our citizenship in 2021.
Okay.
It's too cold. The older you get, the more tired you become of it, right? And you live from hand to mouth. As you're earning, you're spending so much bills.
I'm telling you,
and life here is very expensive. Let's be sincere. There's probably security. There's
that's the only thing, the health, the security, the education,
electricity, power. Yeah. That's why people like us left Nigeria. I came here in my 30s, right? So I had my life.
Working there in Nigeria?
So I was working for a company called Toleram Group.
Toleram,
you know Indomie?
Yeah, Toleram, man.
Yeah. I worked for Toleram for almost 5 years.
Competitors, on Kellogg's now,
Yes. I worked for Toleram. I worked for V Connect, an arm of Toleram. Like we do IT in that company, but it's under Toleram Group.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends there, Indians.
Yeah, of course. And another thing about Nigeria is it does not have it's not a fair system. Like for us in Toleram, you find an Indian making more money than a Nigerian in Nigeria. It's not likely to happen here. Here they take care of their own. But in Nigeria, sometimes the law does not favor us. They come to our country and even make money than you, the owner of the country.
I know.
So some of those things are things that was not working for me. I'm like, no, I cannot continue in this kind of system. There's so much corruption, bribery. Here, I'm sure there is too, but it's not as pronounced like back home. Here, once you get caught, you have to resign. In Nigeria, even if you get caught, you still hold position. Nobody would, you take it to prison. You will still embezzle so much money. The law is not fair to the poor people. In Nigeria, you work so hard sometimes, and the rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer.
Exactly. More especially now, things are changing.
So that's what I saw. I'm like, no, I cannot continue like this. Like right now, I do immigration. I work for myself, right?
Okay.
So I can live anywhere really to do my business.
Okay.
So
you're working for immigration?
For myself, I have a company. I do visas for people.
Oh, that's
to come study here, work permits.
Okay.
So I work for myself. I can work anywhere in the world.
Okay. But there's no any problem with dual, for Nigerian dual passport?
No. What about you guys?
No,
any problem?
we're not allowed.
No. You're not allowed?
Yeah, we're not allowed for Ethiopia, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the only thing, we have a diaspora card as Ethiopian. Yeah.
So
but with that card, we are entitled just like everything.
Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. I didn't know Africa
the only
countries.
Thing, they will not allow us, to carry two passports.
The passport. Wow. We are lucky then. Yeah. I've missed home a lot. I can't wait to be back.
Have a nice trip, safe trip, huh?
Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Whenever I see Nigerian, I feel happy, because we have in common, So,
I know. Mind a picture? Okay.
I don't mind.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. All the best. Bye.
Are you Muslim?
I'm Muslim. Are you Muslim too?
Yeah, Muslim.
Salam alaikum.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you too. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
I don't mind taking your number.
Oh, for sure.
Let me give my number.
For sure.
Because I have some people in Nigeria.
They
want to come, to
come.
Canada,
Okay, sure.
Okay, so
can I help them?
Yeah.
I honestly had a great, time with this man. The conversation, just somebody that has lived in my country for that long, telling me things he likes about my country, things he does not like. He said his kids miss Nigeria. There are 3 of his kids were all born in Nigeria, but 2 of them grew till teenage years, sort of, before they moved to Canada. They moved to Canada about 3 years ago, or thereabout. I think during COVID, he said. Over 3 years ago, they moved to Canada. So they're pretty new here. Said his kids still miss Nigeria. It's only that his last child that did not really grow that much in Nigeria, that she's still young. But his first two rather, are they came in their teenage years. So they grew up in Nigeria. So they still miss Nigeria. that even him cannot wait to go back to Nigeria. We just talked about the ills, the good side of both Nigeria and Canada, right? Anyway, that's me back to my house. Now, on this trip, I had to take 2 flights. And I did that from the beginning that I would take 2 flights to Ottawa as well, one to Montreal and then one to Ottawa. But I took one because of my cancelled flights, luckily. But this one, I took my 2 flights. So the first one was to Toronto and then Toronto to Halifax. It was so tiring. Anyway, this is me in Halifax. Finally, Alhamdulillah, I'm so happy. I got home safely to see my family.
Hi, Mommy. I miss you very much. I wish I could come to you.
Hello, Mai. I miss you so much too. We all miss you.
And always.
How are you? I've missed you guys so much.
It's because we had to go for the soccer thing.
Today, how are you? I missed you so much. No, miss me.
I miss you.
I missed you.
I missed you so much, man.
Are you sure you missed me, Nabil?
Yeah, I did.
Are you sure? Nabila missed me too. Nabila.
No.
Me, I missed you, Sha. How are you?
Not for me.
Nabila and our new recipe. What's it called again?
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies. Okay.
I don't make the exact same thing as sugar cookies. I make it a bit different.
Okay, let's see how this goes. So I think on the oven.
I'm sure you like.
Even though I missed my kids a lot, but it was a wonderful time out. Having to be by myself without having to care for anybody. I was being cared for. It was a very, relaxing day. 4 days without, any responsibility whatsoever, no work, no family. It was well enjoyed. Anyway, so Nabi said she had learned a new recipe in my absence and she wanted to make one for me. She called this sugar cookies or something like that. So she made this for me to welcome me as a welcome gift for me. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, share, like, comment, and do all those good stuff. Thank you and have a great time. Bye.